Dreams. Why do we dream? Azure woke up. Her dreams had been getting more and more vivid lately. She looked into the night sky through the window of her apartment. The full moon again. She always got restless around this time. Her roommate, Topaz, was playing fighting games late into the night again. Azure checked her fridge, old leftovers she'd forgotten about. She threw them out, grimacing at the smell. She logged onto her computer. 999 new messages. Nothing special about that to her. She took out her drawing tablet and started drawing out her usual guilty pleasure, chunky girls. The next day, more dreams again. Sense of melancholy in the air this day. Rainy. She left the apartment, got into her car, went to her favorite bakery, got a breakfast sandwich for herself. They only served those Tuesdays and Fridays. Got some coffee. Couldn't hold back from crying though. Memories, old friends lost. She drove to work, shaking off her feelings. Packing boxes again. She was pretty good at it. A little depressing to be highly qualified as a designer packing boxes, but it kept her clothed, fed, and sheltered. Barely. Azure, keep up the good work. Excellent tape work today. Thanks, John. John was her boss. An orange fox wearing a Hawaiian shirt and a NASA hat. Or was she just... Right. Her boss's name was Tim. John was the one she lost. She packed another box and taped it shut. She drove home, always hated driving. Reminded her of how she lost him. Truck crash. He fell asleep. Maybe. Could have been suicide. No way to ever know, unless she talked to the dead somehow. Of course, her dreams told her it was intentional, but she tried not to listen to dreams. Last time she did, she gave up being an engineer and became an artist, finally happy for the first time in her life. Met him too. He taught her art. When she lost him... Why? Why? She went home. Tears dried up now. Topaz was laying on the couch. Game still running in training mode. She wanted to be a professional fighting game player. She certainly put in the grind for it. Azure went into her room, put on some music she wrote, and started drawing. She really ought to write her story, but it was always easier to create what you were already good at. It was one of those days again, the clouds seeming to send messages, license plates singing impossible stories. What was real? Was she going mad? Was the universe toying with her? She made her way home, sweating, and took her antipsychotics. He'd told her a story once, that he met a kid who was lost, helped them find their way home. And when he succeeded, the mother of the child thanked him, but called him a djinn. Not necessarily a compliment, it struck him as strange. She remembered another story. When he was working at Walmart, there was a spiritual guru that took a look at his work and recoiled, calling him cursed. Maybe there was more than meets the eye to John. He gave her his tarot deck after telling her his story. There's a superstition that if you give away your tarot deck, death is near for you. And then he was gone. If she had just not accepted the cards, if she had just called him sooner, had her dad let him stay the night at her old home, maybe he would still be here. If she had understood how tired he was. Was it her fault? He wouldn't tell her it was, if he were here. But was it? She knew it wasn't her fault, and that she couldn't have known better, and if she did, he'd still be here. But Pain doesn't care about logic. Pain wanted a culprit, and she was the closest one. Business had dried up. She was always staying at the box packing job. Was she not good enough? Was she too lazy? She put her head in her hands, sobbing. Maybe he would have known what to do. She laughed a little. I suppose you'd tell me to rest. That was his thing, other than the fuck it method, where you just drew whatever you were supposed to long enough until the problem was solved. She booted up Kenshi. They played it together all the time when he was still here. Maybe she'd be alright.